episode of Ben and John do cars.
But without John today.
Sadly. Ben's off to Scotland to Dory Fest to watch them drifting. And, it's a fun little adventure because he's taking the XC70, but Jake and Matt, who you'll see in the video, are going also, but they're not going the XC70, they're actually doing the sensible thing and they're taking the plane.
It's a race to Scotland.
A race to Scotland, if you like.
We're taking the XC70, we're racing a plane to Glasgow, and then we're going to go watch some drifting for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
It's a classic Top Gear rip-off. Right, so here's how it's going to work. Okay, so we are going between Swindon and somewhere outside of Glasgow where we're staying with Andy. Appreciate that, mate. So we're going to leave Swindon at the same time. Matt and Jake are going to go to Bristol Airport, hop on a fucking Boeing 707 or something, send it up to Glasgow, get picked up from Andy from Glasgow Airport and taken to his house. I'm going straight, sending the XC70 up the A419, M5, M6, whatever else motorways are up in Scotland, north, and we're going to see who gets there first. Because I think I'm in with a chance.
Not a chance.
By the time they go to Bristol, piss around in the airport, get on the plane, sit on the runway for half an hour. They might have a delay, you never know.
You can only hope.
So we'll have a look. So come and have a look at the XC70. This is the setup.
He hasn't got a chance in hell.
The other advantage of doing it this way is that I can take all of our luggage, which furthers my point that car travel is just so much better and more convenient than air travel. Because look at all this stuff I'm taking for you guys. Matt's behind the camera. We've got suitcases, we've got spare drive shafts, we've got helmets, we've got coats, we've got camping chairs. Couldn't take that on an EasyJet flight, could you?
He's got a point there.
And here we have the lounge, the business class lounge. Look. We got my lunch and my dinner here. We got a Bluetooth adapter. We got my phone. We got the comfiest leather seats you've ever sat in. And we got a Volvo XC70 with a full tank of diesel and 185,000 miles on the clock. I could do this in my lovely Lexus company car, but where would the fun in that be? You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Who's your money on?
Jake and Matt.
Fuck you then. Right, you ready to send it, boy? 100%. Let's do it.
Bye bye.
See you later. And they're off.
Okay, right, we're off. They've got the fucking jump on me already, bastards. Swindon to Motherwell, just outside Glasgow. That's where we're going. That's where I'll see Jake and Matt next. We've got a full tank of diesel. We've got the comfiest chairs in the world. And we've got 358 miles to go. Hopefully arriving there before they do, having flown. Apparently I'm going to arrive at 11 PM. Now I think Jake and Matt, so it's currently 5 o'clock. We were due to leave at 4. That's advantage them, not me, because they had a bit of leeway getting to the airport a bit early. So they've got a bit of time to spare. If we'd left at 4, they would have been probably waiting around at the airport a little bit longer, but that would have given me, I've lost an hour effectively to them. So unless they get a delay, this is suddenly looking quite difficult because I believe their flight is at 8 o'clock. I'm fucked. Yeah, so they're probably going to get to Glasgow just after 9. By the time they get out of the airport, blah, 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 get to Andy's house, it's going to be probably 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock is kind of my target. My ETA is currently 10:59, so that's not looking good. Come on, there's a cyclist in the way. I'm in a race. I'm in a race with a jet. The quicker I can get out of Swindon, the quicker I can get on the A419, assuming that's not blocked up, the better. On the road for 15 minutes, well 12 minutes so far, and finally we are out of Swindon and we are joining the A419. Now the race really gets going. Oh yeah, get those 5 cylinders of fury working. Here we go. Now the journey can begin. Freed from the restrictive confines of Swindon's rush hour traffic, I was on the A419 and starting to make progress. Jake and Matt were on the M4 meanwhile, with Lauren at the wheel, heading towards Bristol Airport. Spirits were high all round, and to be honest, I was feeling pretty optimistic up until... Problem. We've got traffic. It's red on my sat nav. Christ, apparently it's 20 minutes worth of traffic. Wow, it's starting to make quite good time as well. I'd got my bloody arrival time back down to 23:12. We shall see what happens. It's currently 5:30. So I've been on the road half an hour. Done 22 miles. Considering how much of a shit show Swindon was, it's okay. We've got to keep our composure. We've got to keep our composure! As I was sat in the stop-start traffic on the A49, watching my ETA increase, trying to keep my composure. Keep our composure! I couldn't help but wonder, how are Jake and Matt getting on? Where are they now? How's that going? Hello.
What's going on, boy?
How's your journey going so far?
Yeah, mate, it's like a jumping.
So am I.
Oh dear.
Whereabouts are you?
It's Bristol.
You're on the M4 still?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
What's the news on your flight? There is a delay, is there?
Yeah, it's 8:10 tonight now.
What time is it supposed to be? 8:05 or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've lost 45 minutes. That is great news. Mate, in a minute I'm going to be on the M5, I'm going to be sending it on the outside lane, and I'm going to be, mate, there's going to be just a trail of dust behind me.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That is fantastic news. So, it is currently 5:45. So we've been on the road for 45 minutes. They're not even at Bristol yet, let alone the airport. And there's currently a 45-minute delay on their flight. I am moving again now. I'm doing 20 miles an hour. But in a second, I'm going to be going down Birdlip Hill. It's going to open back up to a dual carriageway. Then I'm going to be on the M5. And then we are sending it to Scotland. This is looking better. This is looking better. I was riding high on the news that Jake and Matt's flight had been delayed, and I felt like I was back in the game. Riding a fresh wave of optimism, the XC70 was running beautifully. I was getting onto the M5 feeling good and ready to hit the road. M5 means snack time. I think I'll start with a Scotch egg. Oh, a big Scotch egg. Yeah. Right, that egg has gone down a tree. And it's got my grey matter working, so let's do some maths. I've got 324 miles to go. My current ETA is 23:08, just after 11 o'clock. All going well, should be able to shave a fair amount of time off that. So, Jake is saying that their flight is currently delayed until about 8:45, I think he said. So it's roughly a 1 hour flight-ish. So let's just say they land at 10 o'clock. There's going to be 10-15 minutes at least of pissing around in the airport. So they're going to be out of the airport at about 10:15, just after 10 past, something like that. Now, Andy Panch, who we're staying with, he's going to pick them up at the airport, and his house is roughly 20 minutes from the airport. Now obviously they're in a race, so they're going to be going quite quickly as well. They're going to want to get there. So I reckon 10 past 4. So at the moment their ETA is probably about 10:30. My ETA has just gone up now to 11:10. So I need to somehow shave at least 40 minutes. If everything stays the same, I need to shave at least 40 minutes off my journey time. Mission update. Things are taking a bit of a turn. The weather certainly has taken a turn. It is now absolutely pissing it down. It's very unpleasant. Visibility is not good. There's a lot of spray. Traffic is still heavy. And we're in a 50 mile an hour average speed check. So it's 8 o'clock. So I've been on the road for 3 hours. If our ETA is anything to go by, we've got another 3 hours to go. So we're halfway time-wise. We've got 200 miles left. So we're not quite halfway mileage-wise. 200 miles to go. Energy levels are good. The Scotch egg from earlier is percolating its way through my system, releasing all that lovely protein and energy. I'm feeling good. Comfort-wise, I'm just absolutely chilling. You know, the Volvo is doing its job. physically, I'm great. Mentally, optimism is slipping, to be honest with you. Jake and Matt, haven't heard from them for a little while, but their plane's supposed to take off in 5 minutes. We know that's not going to happen now. Probably not for another 45 minutes or so. In fact, I should be due an update from them soon, find out where they are or what they're doing. ETA is now 23:03, so we've gained gained a couple of minutes. So we've got it all to do in the second half, the second stint. It's not over yet, but it's not looking good. Onwards.
Latest update. Oh, you have a chance, Benny.
It's conventionally the seats in those things are fucking high.
Yeah, so I literally feel like I was up like a fucking meerkat.
Yeah, that's like one of the major reasons why they're not major reasons, but one of the big points of it.
Don't know about you, and I'm on a long journey. I enjoy listening to the Ben and John Do Cars podcast. You know, available on all popular podcasting platforms. Give it a listen. It was absolutely glorious. So it was absolutely glorious. Oh, hello. Incoming video call from Jake. Jaco.
How you getting on?
It's becoming a challenge.
Yeah, whereabouts are you at the moment?
Fuck knows. I'm motoring along, to be fair. I've made some decent progress, but the heavens have opened. It's fucking mental.
The plane's here, they're just offloading it now, so we're waiting to get on the plane basically. We're in the gate.
Shit. So what's your like app or whatever saying?
It's saying we're going to be there at 10 p.m. When's it saying you're going to be there?
11?
11, mate. The Volvo can't beat the plane.
Oh god. The thing is, I can't.
To be fair, we'll have to land, and then we've actually to pick us up. We've got to drive back to his house, so it could be quite tight.
What time does it say you're going to take off?
It says we're going to take off at 8:48.
8:48. So you've lost 6 minutes. Yes. Bye bye. Okay, actually then, quite positive news. So I reckon the current ETA is probably actually about 25 to 22:11. My ETA is showing 11:01. So if I can make up 20 minutes, if this fucking weather improves and I can make up 20 minutes, we might be in with a shout. 2.5 hours to go. All to play for. All to play for. Let's do it. Come down another 2 minutes. 22:55 ETA now. Good. It's good. We're making progress. Finally, we're making progress. I knew it. I knew as soon as we got above the sort of Liverpool-Manchester belt, once the M6 opened up a bit, this is where you make up the time. Let's see what the situation is. Call Jake. See how he's getting on. Assuming they're not already in the air. Oh, that looks like you're on a plane. Is the plane moving yet? Taxiing? It's exciting. Mate, I'll tell you what, I've got the bit between my teeth and I am fucking making progress.
Whereabouts are you?
Towards you to start the oxygen.
You're about to land?
No, whereabouts are you?
Nose and mouth.
Oh, Christ knows, in the Lake District somewhere.
Hold the mask
The lake.
place with the strap.
Alright, see you later. Right, they're on the plane is moving, but they're not in the air yet. This is good. Okay, sit rep. The weather's turned a little bit again. We've lost a bit of light as well, but in about 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom! We are in Scotland. Hey pal, fucking Scotland, boy. It's 25 to 10. So the boys are going to be flying overhead any moment now. Well, probably the next 10 minutes or so, I would have thought. They have to go past our destination, fuck around getting off the plane, then get a lift back to our destination. I'm going almost as the crow flies. Current ETA is showing 22:47. Yes, we are really making progress now. This is great news. We are right on the cusp. If we can get another 5 minutes off, I reckon we might have it. I've just had a message come through from Jake. They've just landed at the airport. I'm getting excited, but I'm also getting a little bit stressed out because, yeah, the pace has dropped a little bit. They're now on the tarmac. So it's whether or not, I think, do you know what, I don't want to count my chickens, but I think I've got this. I really do.
Alright, Rio, it's looking pretty tight on time, mate.
Yeah.
What's the time?
20 past. Yeah.
20 past 10.
He's 40 minutes or 40 miles away, so
We better get through security and that.
We have crossed the threshold. We've crossed the estimated threshold I calculated all those hours ago. Sat-nav's saying we're 23 minutes away. So basically, they need to leave the airport now. Unless Andy does some absolute heroic and frankly risky driving to get them home. They need to get out of the airport in the next 5 minutes.
You're fucking kidding me. No oh my god, he's done it. Beat the EasyJet. You jabby fucker.
Okay, so obviously it's not Friday night anymore because we're all in the Volvo and it's daylight and we've had a change of clothes. Didn't really get a chance to do an outro or an explanation really, so I thought we'd just wrap up with a bit of analysis of the trip. So I arrived at 10:38 p.m, you arrived at about 10:55 p.m, so I beat you by about 15 minutes in the end. I had quite a bit of traffic to deal with on the way up. You had
An hour delay.
So I reckon if I had a clean run and if you had no delays, I reckon the result would have been similar.
You think you would have won still?
I think
No
so.
delay.
I reckon I without any delays I definitely could have done it in under 5 hours. 100%. I definitely lost more than half an hour. But then if you were there an hour sooner, then yeah, I don't know. close.
It was a good race.
It was a good race. You didn't know that I'd beaten you until you pulled up, did you?
No.
Were you fuming?
I was very surprised.
So there we go. The car beat the plane. I'm very happy about that.
Very impressive. The old Volvo got it done.
The old Volvo got it done, mate. And then we had 2 fantastic days at Dory. We're on the way back home now. We had 2 great days at Dory Fest.
It was pretty special, yeah.
We'll put some clips of Dory Fest in, but
Now.
yeah, that's Dory Fest, but this isn't a Dory Fest video. There's going to be hundreds of better videos out there on YouTube, including the official Dory Fest one. Low Origin will probably put out a couple of nice videos and stuff. The cars were excellent. The driving was great. It was a good vibe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
Like, good people. Hung out with Ash, good lad, a little bit. That was all good. His JZX100 was getting it done. We were down there with Liam and Nathan in Liam's PS13 as well. Got some in-car footage of that from a passenger ride. That was good as well. But it was just a fucking vibe, wasn't it?
It was a good time.
I would recommend Dory Fest to anyone who's even mildly interested in drifting. And Driftland is fucking rad, isn't it?
So it is it's my first time there. It's a very, very cool circuit. You can tell it's custom built, and they've taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of the Japanese circuits from back in the day. And it's a really good circuit.
They ran quite a few different layouts throughout the weekend as well, and most of them were really cool, like nice flowy. You know, some fast, some not so fast. It was just cool. Well, I really want to drive Driftland. We need to come and drive Driftland at some point.
We will drive Driftland.
For sure.
Yes.
So yeah, that's it. Obviously Johnny's not here. He'll be on the next one again. In fact, whilst we're talking about drifting, next weekend we are finally going to do some skids. Ow!
Yeah, let's do it.
So the next video will be doing some skids in the GS and Jake's Aristo now that they're actually ready. Hopefully,
Yes.
fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed.
So yeah, like, subscribe, share, check out the podcast, check out all the other shit, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, that was nice.